Hello everyone, it's Sloth, and today we have very interesting deck I really enjoyed playing with, and I'm really fan of Simic. It's not the best color, but right now I think we found something. This deck really seems to work on the Mythic ladder, and it's really fun. And when you go off with this deck, the amount of power that you have in the board is ridiculous. So we got 63% win rate in Mythic. That's pretty decent. We played 8 games, so that's already saying something. It's like we won most of the longer games, and yeah, well, going into the matchups. Mono white. That's a big problem for this deck, I believe. Even with the good draw and being on the play, the games are hard. And if you are on the draw and they have godly draw with Talia, you are freaking dead. So I think the mono white is the worst matchup for this deck, but the rest ones, man, you can really outpower them with all the big cards that you have, and the ramp feels sweet. Let me tell you, it feels so sweet. I love Simic decks and ramping. So that's what you can expect, and I think this is the deck where Tamiyo, one of my favorite cards really, have found some place. You can see in the games. Yeah, if you like Tamiyo, watch the full video and you will see how dominating she can be against certain type of decks. And I think it is really cards with extreme potential. I will try to find more decks with her. And if you like Simic, write it in the comments, because I think it's not the favorite combination of colors for all Dimir fans, but I honestly enjoy Simic so much every time I play a decent deck. Okay, and that's what we can expect. And for the deck, we really want to be on the play with this one. You want to be on the play with pretty much every deck in the meta, but with this deck you really amplify going first, because if you go first you have time to ramp, and it makes, all your mana forever bigger. If you are on the draw, you are sometimes forced to defend instead of playing ramp spells. It means that you are crippled for the full game. So that's my feeling after playing the deck. And let's go into deck list and see what's up. Okay, and we are in the deck list. And by the way, guys, if you think that maybe in the stats part I ramble too much about strategy, because I probably should cut 2 different parts, and one is entirely with the stats and the second one is entirely with the explanation of the deck. I'm not doing great job at splitting those, but I hope you get the idea. Sometimes it's good to summarize everything in short part for everyone that is only for the stats and the gameplay. And for all you real deck fans that are staying for the explanation and me rambling, I really appreciate it. And let's go with this, because the deck is really interesting and I've been enjoying it so much. I will play more of this deck definitely after recording of this video. So what are we doing? This is basically a very hard ramp deck, but we have so much power, even on the 4 and 5 mana slots, we have so much power for this deck. So we are not only ramping into 7 drops that are game winning, we are also having a big spike in the power around 4 mana and 5 mana. So we basically ramp and try to cast multiple spells at some point and overwhelm the enemy. Not only this, our cards are extremely strong, they are big value cards. So, for example, Quandrix Cultivator, card that I really like personally, ramps you with additional land, so it makes you, go into Titan faster, or just give you Tamiyo, or Invoke the Ancients, very good cards. I'm not explaining those cards because I'm pretty sure you know them by now. And it really helps, because with this deck, if you got creatures, you sometimes don't have lands. So it's not given that you will play land every turn from your hand if you don't have Wrenn in the game. So the fact that you can fetch a land for the next turn is pretty much additional card for your draw. And if you don't have lands, it means that you have a lot of stuff to play with this land. So, it always helps. And I've noticed that Cultivator, when you just have 4 lands and that's it, enables you to play all those 5 slot cards So that's a really good card. And you still get a very good blocker that is very hard to remove. Like 4 toughness is the sweet spot for the enemy decks to not being able to handle you. Of course, there are specific cards that answer for toughness, but he needs to get perfect card or it's super inefficient. Like if he kills it with 2 spells, you got pretty much 3 for 1. And that's insane. And that's your ramp spell only. It's not your Planewalker or payoff for the ramp. It's just a, meat of the road that you do by the way. Okay, we spent too much time on Cultivator, but I really like this card. Esika's Chariot. Everyone knows what it does, and let me tell you, in this deck it really helps. We have this mini combo of Wrenn and Seven and Esika's Chariot. What more? What more? This is not obvious, but let's read Tamiyo. -X, exile target non-permanent card with mana value X from your graveyard. Create a token. Create a token. That's a copy of that card. And for everyone that waited and heard me rambling about this deck for so long, that's your payoff. Most people don't know about this interaction because it's pretty niche. And with this, you can actually copy a target token you control. This is a token. What more? You can create like both Wrenn and Tamiyo can create token even from maybe not Koma because it's legendary, right? But even on Titan, you can actually go there for a longer game. But most realistically, you either copy Wrenn or 7 as a minus, or Quandrix Cultivator or Stompers. And believe me, if you get additional Stomper that ramps you and creates a 4/4 with Vigilance, and then you copy it with Esika's Chariot on top of the rest effect, that's usually overwhelming. It's so hard to remove all the creatures. Enemy can get rid of 1 Stomper. Cultivator, but then he's left with Esika's Chariot, Wrenn token, Titans and Rhinos. This deck just has so much raw stats in the game that it's super hard for the enemy to answer. And going back into what the deck does, because I'm freaking rambling way too much, sorry about this. We have those parts that ramp. Azusa's Menace Journey is really good in this deck. You usually have a lot of lands to play. I believe we play 28 altogether with the Symbiosis and Kazandu Mammoths and things like this. We have Field Trip, and Teaching of the Archaics really makes a difference. You will see in the video that, well, I really like this combination because with some of the decks you always fall behind in cards because, for example, here you ramp. It means that every single time you play land, you play a creature and get another land. It means that you can play more spells than the enemy. So at some point you will always get less cards than most of the slower decks. And with Teachings you can basically reload everything. And then you have more mana and the same amount of cards, and that should put you in the winning position. And that's, by the way, you still get the ramp from Field Trip, so I really like this card as well. And we have Invoke the Ancients. I think this is very good fit for the deck. We are only 2 color, so we can benefit from all the green. By the way, this deck is mostly green. You barely need blue for this one. So you need it for Tamiyo and Cultivator, and that's pretty much it. And endgame Koma for 2 blue. And that's it, so don't overdo it. Generally, if you have 2 blue, it means that you can go for Forest most of the game. And yeah, that's pretty much the deck. I hope you get the idea how to play. After the videos, I think you will have a better one. So thank you really for watching, thank you for listening all this explanation. As you can see, I'm quite excited for the deck because I've been trying to find Simic that has good win rate and is decent enough to present in the video, and I really believe this one has potential and it plays really nice. It will be weaker if the ladder will be only mono white, but generally lately it's a bit less about mono white and all those slower mid-range decks or Rakdos, things like this, and this really handles them quite well. So enjoy the videos, and if you like this kind of decks, as always, subscribe, you don't lose anything, and you basically get cool decks every day for free, so I think that's a sweet deal. And by the way, if not for the deck, I actually used all my wild cards. I have 0 rares right now because I had to craft so many stuff for this deck, but I thought it's worth it. So you can subscribe for the wild card as a offering for the wild card gods. Okay, thank you and enjoy the videos. So we are going first. As long as we don't get this killed, that's a very good draw. Because then we can ramp into Cultivator really nicely, then we can ramp into one of those. Man, I actually like the skin for the card. Like, you know, if you are invoking the Ancients, that's probably way to go. Like those scary Cthulhu things. Okay. That's interesting. I think I've seen this, but I don't remember what was it. So we have enough islands. We go for the forest, it will probably die somehow or get fading hoped. Oh man. I need to not attack, I'm so used to Nissa in this spot. And let's go for green for this one. So, are we getting countered? I think we go for the ramp anyway. Oh nice. It went through. Generally you want the ramp. Like, you know, the more mana you have, the more By the way, look, we went on the play. We are already 5 mana to enemy 2. Or 3 now, but we will have 6. And he tapped out. Oh man, are you sure that you wanted to tap out? That's not how we play Magic. Okay, so how do we punish him? We need to go hard. This is some kind of Simic, right? With creatures or maybe some combo deck? So he will have 4 mana. We need to go super hard on him. I think we go like this. First of all, let's attack. No priority. Now let's check for some weird counter spells. And we go trample and trample. And you can clearly see what our role in this game is. Like, we are going full trample mode. Oh, you are so cute. And enemy has a... Oh, if you didn't see the Tamiyo. Oh man, this is the perfect time to be with Tamiyo deal. Oh, it hurts. Enjoy your card. And by the way, you are at 2 HP. So, make your next play and make it count. Man, like Tamiyo, that was such a good top deck. Like, it won't even untap, so whatever he plays next, we just tap it, and Tamiyo killed both of the creatures, pretty much. Like, if you are thinking about Tamiyo in this deck, think twice. You can see how it... Oh, man. Look at her going! Tamiyo single-handedly won this game. Oh, man, that was tasty. I honestly like Tamiyo so much. I want to make more decks with her. She's amazing. Okay, that's kind of lands. Like, it's not the worst. You can see it as a 1-lander. I see it as a 4-lander. We are freak. See? 4-lander. Easy. Easy. So we played this one tapped. This one goes second, and then we play probably island. And then we can ramp into... No, this one will be tapped, right? And the enemy is like doing their stuff. Their usual stuff. So, let's ramp. We need quite big ramp, you know? Because we are already behind on the board. So we need to make a big play. That's nice. You can see this tree life is actually quite important. So the first choice of the game, ramp or chariot? Easy. We don't have lands in the hand, so this ensures that we play Wrenn and Seven. Wow, enemy is just freaking doing it. I actually don't mind, we are at 19. Like, he's not even waiting to see what we get. He's just all over this. That's a weird play. And we'll get Azusa many journeys. Like, man, he's going so freaking ham. Can we do it? Can we stop the Smork? I think we have a decent chance to do it. So, you know, let's make some big blockers. I heard you don't like my creatures. So, let's make 8/8 on the board. That's it, man. Freaking red players. Can you see this incredible skill that he put into this game? Smork, Smork, all the cards from the hand. Attack, attack. And you play anything else and he just, oh, that's not my game. And that's it. That was Magic the Gathering red version. Okay, we are on the play and we have actually very good hand. We just need to draw lands, but what can go wrong, right? We definitely won't be stuck at 2 lands. I'm sure of it. We need to draw lands. 2 of them. Okay, that's actually so good. And we are against our Arch Nemesis. And what is happening now? We need to draw another land and then we are in extremely good spot. And I think then we win. If we whiff, oh man, we are not in good position. I actually don't mind it at all. I'm happy with this one. And we whiffed. So yeah, that was it. We just lost. We will try to make it work. But like, the fact that we whiffed on the land, okay, we didn't whiff on this one. So you are saying that there is a chance. We definitely need more forests. You can see that we are so behind. We need 1 more forest for the invoke. So what is this? Emperor, right? But it doesn't really do anything. Oh, that's a Ganjo. That's a Ganjo. So do we block it? Yeah? Because if he plays a Ganjo, he doesn't have legendary. It means that... Yep. It means that that was his full turn and he dealt 1 damage. And we have way more value. Let's play another Cultivator. Because we definitely want to cast bigger creatures next turn. We'll just ramp every turn until we can go for the Titans. Okay, that's a good card. I guess that was a top deck. He should never play a Ganjo instead of Qatar. Okay, so I think we are doing this right. Double Vigilance. We will bring the pain to him. Let's see how many Brutal Qatars and... yeah, Brutal Qatars he has. Or maybe he doesn't know how Apparition works. That will work for us too. Man, this is such a hard matchup overall. Like we had... instead... in spite of this missing land, our draw was really good. Oh man, that's so good for them. That's so freaking good. And we whiffed again. You know what? We definitely are doing this.
Do not underestimate the
Man, we should go for the... If he didn't kill the tokens, it means he has no Qatar. And he has no portable horror, I think. I would like land so freaking much. And you know what? Maybe that is a mistake. So do we attack? Not really, because then he decides how to block. And we have such a good situation that we just want to defend this turn. I hope we can survive. If he gets portable horror, we are in not amazing spot. Okay, we have enough. So he wants to start killing our creatures, right? Let's go for +1 and see what we draw. If we draw any land. Okay, 2 of them. Not bad, not bad. Not bad one bit. Okay, so he has 2 Field of Ruin, so Hall won't be a factor in this game. So we just go for the Titans, right? Do we attack first? Not really. Maybe we go with the big 3-fork, I guess. So Titan is what? Big creature, gain 5 life. And we go for the Rhino, right? Then if he attacks, we have a lot of stuff to block. I think we should attack. Even if he kills it, that's okay. That's a weird play. Oh, that's really good. That's actually so good. I didn't think of this. He outplayed me. Oh no. Man, I'm such a dummy. We got this land untapped anyway. Man, for some reason I thought that it will be different. He might have a Gandro and First Strike. Okay, that's fine. So right now he used his Emperor, and then we can start making Titans, and we know exactly how to play this then. Okay, so token definitely. Maybe we go for the shield. Like, we are not super pressured. I think we go for the shield. If he didn't get rid of the tokens, it means that he doesn't have Brutal Catars or Portable Halls, because he would play them. So unless he top decks one, our tokens should be fine. Yep. Sure. You can decide which Titan you want to get rid of. So he did it in order to flip the Qatar. And he went for Tamiyo. That's interesting. Redain will be a problem. Sure. Esika's Chariot. We could make a 3-fork. But then we lose the run. So man. Is it good? Maybe it is. Like, Wrenn did his job. And right now we need a very big blocker. Because it has reach and we need to defend against the flying creatures. Right now he doesn't have First Strike, but he can block with Redain. So this, and I guess we go for the shield again. That's a hard game overall. Like, this one is probably more important, right? Oh man, so many decisions. And Redain really makes it awkward. He cannot really pump those creatures very quickly, but it's like he can pump them every turn and we can't. I cannot attack with the spirits. Okay, that's fine. So that's everything, right? And I don't think that was a great play. He could switch to nighttime, and he did not. We play Tamiyo this turn, right? Can we play for... I'm not counting. I'm just trying to play for everything and see if that's enough. And it won. It was. So right now that's actually quite good. We could get something for 4 mana, like Cultivator. Not sure how good is it. I probably much rather just tap Redain. So right now our attacks are pretty deadly. Okay. We definitely start attacking. He doesn't have great blocks. How much do we hate the Emperor? Emperor is really good, that's the only thing that grows every turn. And do we attack with the token? I don't think we do. With Tamiyo we have more value. Yep. So we do it like this, so he cannot get the tokens. Like, it's not a very good value for us, but we have more stuff, so we can trade at disadvantage, and I think overall we can like wear him down. Unless he has very good top decks. If he gets Brutal Qatar or something like this will be scary. Spellbinder, not the worst. Not the worst. It is possible we should just go super hard on him. So, no, but if we attack with everything, we just die after this, right? So let's go for Wrenn. We go for 5. We get the Wrenn back. We get the very scary creepy token. Now we create a tree fork. And now we probably create Chariot. Because it can create, first of all, a lot of blockers. And second of all, it can make additional tokens. Which is pretty sweet. So this will untap, right? So we need this stuff to block. Right now he cannot trade with the rhinos very well. Man, it's hard game. Not sure exactly what we should be doing. I think we won't start trading. And do we go for the Titan? I think we only do this. And I'm attacking Wandering Emperor because that's big value for him, so he's incentivized to block. He could just... What? He could just sacrifice the tokens. Maybe I missed something, but it seems like a very bad trade by him. Not sure why he did it. But I'm super happy. And by the way, we don't attack with the shielded tree fork. Because we can copy it with the Esika's Chariot, and we can create a 10-10 with shield every single turn for free, which seems like a very decent play overall. And enemy has no stuff. So we can start casting lands every single turn, thanks to Wrenn. How many cards do you have? 35, that's plenty. That is plenty. So let's draw a bit. We can make another token next turn. Nice. It ensures that every single turn we grow our stuff. Okay, so how do we do this? I think we are closing the win slowly. And believe me, we have a lot of mana to pay. I will definitely pay this 1 mana. Let's make some crazy cats. And that was it, because we can create 11-11 with shield every turn. And when we attack with most of our stuff, like enemy has to block, right? Even those 2 tree forks is already lethal, so we force him to block or kill the Emperor. Yeah, I think those blocks were horrible, but that was a very hard game, to be honest. Man, we are going second again, but we have Tamiyo and we have some nice ramp, so I'm hopeful. I'm quite happy. Like, every time you can play Tamiyo, man, something is not right. I don't see words, and now I do. Okay, elves. Are you freaking serious? Choose a creature type. Spend this mana. He actually plays elves. I should probably know what it means, but I don't. Oh, so it's some kind of party deck, right? Okay. I guess it makes some sense. And this is how we want to play Azukas. That's really good right now. And you can start gaining life, you can start making creatures, and then we play Tamiyo or Chariot, one of them. Usually Chariot is just better, always, because it's such a broken card. Okay, so what are we doing? We probably play Chariot, right? Then he cannot really attack. And you don't really want to play Plane Walker, because you cannot really protect it. And right now we have so much stats, and don't forget, this turn we don't have creatures unless we play Chariot, but next turn we will have Azusa's Many Journeys, and we actually have such a big board that we can outpace enemy, like, so hard. So, like, do we do this? Are we scared? I think we play Planewalker, so let's actually do the standard thing. Let's attack. Let's make a token. He might kill the Chariot, but we got so much value that we really don't care. By the way, he cannot replay the Underdog. Warrior. Okay, never mind. He can. But if he pays 4 mana to do only this, we are freaking happy. Oh man, we are super happy then. So let's keep drawing cards. I actually don't mind drawing cards. Man, that was something. But still, even one extra land is okay. I won't lie, I expected a bit more than one in our 28 land deck. Wow, that's it? Bro. Like, this is such a bad play. I cannot even tell you how bad it is. I want to make sure we understand each other. We are making 3 token with Esika's Chariot every turn, and he just traded his full turn for this 1 token while being behind on the board with Planewalkers. Like, it's cool he drew 1 card, but, well, I think you will notice in a second why it's not good, and why what he did was pretty awful. Bye. And by the way, let's make a big 3-fork that can crew the Esika's Chariot. And I hope that the lesson is learned. What do you think, my friend? Was this tenacious underdog worth it? Like, by the way, look at how much power this deck has. Like, the Chariot itself created around 12 in stats. Like, that's pretty insane. Wow, shakedown heavy. I'm freaking scared, bro. Good guy. Enemy is being a sport about it. Well, except the smack talk and, you know, those things, like, his play was really bad. Definitely, unless that was the only thing he could do, that was horrible. You'd never trade your full turn for 1 single token. And I cannot imagine that he had nothing else. Okay, that's acceptable. That's a very nice ramp into Sequence, into Cultivator, into Invoke the Ancients. Like, I'm liking what I see. I really do. So we need only green mana, right? And let's see what the token is. And you can see the problem with this card. Like, how are we feeling about our ramp? Right now, not so great, right? We still got the correct stuff. Do we want to get Field Trip? I think we want to get counter the dinosaur, because we can always go for the teachings from the Field Trip, so that's more cards. Especially if he's like 7 to our, I don't know, 4. Oh man, that's nice. That's actually nice. If we draw land, we can just invoke the Ancients. Oh man, if we drew a land, that would be so freaking great. This is tapped, right? Okay, so No reason not to go for the Cultivator. It's actually quite good because it's hard to kill for the enemy. And let's go for forests. It is possible I should go for one blue for like Koma or something, but you know, I'm greedy guy. I won't. I just won't. I hope he taps out. The good part of this situation is that he needs to slowly tap out to get rid of the creatures. If he doesn't, then we can pressure him quite a lot. Unfortunately, Stomper is a bit off yet, so we need one extra turn before it activates. Man, activates. What the freak was this word? And enemy is like tanking. He's probably having exactly this. When they are on turn 4, they usually have it. Oh man. Definitely this. So, what does that... Burn down the house, definitely. But it doesn't kill this. Which is pretty amazing. Wrenn. Wrenn is so tempting. We could also go Field Trip and invoke the Ancients and just draw cards. Do we go... So now we have decision. Do we make the tempo play and just put a lot of creatures on the board? Like, honestly, I think we will. I think we will. So let's see for the triggers. Okay, there is a priority. By the way, we have Hall. It means we definitely should go for the island. And we can pay Juari, which is really sweet. Oh my god, burn down the house deals exactly for 5 damage. I for some reason mistook it for the Battle of Fire and Frost or whatever. Okay, so we go for 1 reach and 1 trample, I guess, right? Ha, got you. Double Goldspan Dragon block. So unfortunately we lose the board because I'm a dummy. So he burns down the house and he kinda wins. So what I should have done is make a Wrenn. Oh, maybe they have it. They don't have it. So I have put the Wrenn then, and we get what? 6/6, right? So it's hard to remove. So we have very good board and something that stays after the sweeper. Like, it is possible we don't get punished, but that was objectively horrible play by me. Like, that's definitely not the correct decision. I don't know why I thought it deals 4 damage, like, it was so stuck in my head. Oh, so good, we are having a 4/5, it means it survives. No it doesn't. No, Sloth. We need to read the cards. Which is funny because I've been playing so much with Burn Down the House. So I'm really happy we didn't get punished, even though we deserved it. We really deserved it. Okay, so... Like, trample wouldn't make a difference because they just block the other one. And we probably want to do... Man, we want to attack with the Stomper. Like, definitely. So let's just go for the Field Trip. Because it's the 7th front. And I honestly think we just go for the Teachings. Let's go first. In case he wants to cast something, he needs to do it now. So then we know how to attack. If that's Fading Hope, he needs to decide on the target right now. He definitely has something. I think it is Fading Hope, most likely. It could be a Juari. But like, he's 3-color deck, so overall he shouldn't be playing Juaris. So he definitely is thinking, because he has 4 more cards than us. It means that we draw extra card, unless he plays something, and he should, like, he would play it anyway, I think. Wow. So he just wasted it to prevent 1 card draw. That's amazing. That's amazing. And now we can just smork him for everything. This is good. This is overall good. If he has Battle of Frost and Fire, then he needed this spike to kill one of the creatures. We will see. I don't think it will make a huge difference, but it is definitely something. And next turn we go for the Titan that can kill the Fable and create a Rhino or Shield. I think we go for the Shield, right? Because it's so, like, it's super hard for red decks to deal 7 damage and also break the shield, because they pretty much either need 2 turns or they need to deal so much damage in 1 turn, which is borderline impossible. Like, burn down the house is 5 and they need 1 more removal and then something to break the shield. So it's really mana intensive, and still you get the Rhino unless you really burn down the house. So, you know, that's the idea. Oh, those were 2 lands. Okay, I'm a bit scared right now. It's unfortunate we couldn't play a Titan of Industry, because you generally don't want the board with creatures of similar toughness, and that's burn down the house, right? It has to be. So this puts us into some trouble, but we can kill him with the Hole. So that's the big out for us. I think we won the game already. If that's his play for most of the mana that he has, it means that he doesn't really have anything. Even if he sweeps right now, he cannot answer the Hole, and Hole just kills him. So we will see explosion of his face very quickly. I predict 10 to 15 seconds, depending on how fast he thinks, because when he considers the options, he knows that he cannot both remove everything. See, 10-15 seconds. This one wasn't the quickest, but it was in the threshold, right? So basically, he needed to sweep this, and he needed one particular card to do it. If he didn't draw it, he basically lost, but even if he did, we then swing with the Hole. It's 7, this is worth 3, so even if 5 mana went to burn down the house, he had 4 mana. He needed burn down the house and Fading Hope. Only this card combination won him the game.